Let's talk about some royals. Going to talk about Fergie in a couple of minutes. I'm very confused. Am I nuts? So I got Harry's book on Audible and I listened to it. And I saw part of the Netflix series, and I very much remember Meghan and Harry saying that they went to, I guess, Royal Lodge, and surprise, Granny was there, and Fergie met Meghan and kind of gave her the 101 how to curtsy. Um, Fergie has now made a statement. She said she really didn't know Meghan a couple of weeks ago, and now she's made a statement that Meghan has made Harry so happy. I'm very confused. Does she know her? Does she not know her? Did she teach her to curtsy? Did she not teach her to curtsy? And to be sure, I was a fan of Fergie. I was a love of ginger. Like how could you not love a ginger? They're like 20% of the population. I thought she was very cute. I thought she was very fun when she married Andrew. I did watch Princess Diana's and Prince Charles' wedding. That's terrible. King Charles now. Um, Fergie seemed adorable. She seemed very fun, and they seemed like a good sister-in-law pairing. And then there was the whole scandal, and I know Prince Philip did not like her after that. They had the two girls, and they were the crazy fascinators at William's wedding, and they seemed kind of fun. And then there was like the whole connection with Eugenie and Meghan, and possibly Eugenie was a mole, and I think there's all kinds of intrigue there. But like Fergie lives at Royal Lodge with the other guy that I don't know if I can say his name yet. I don't know if we're allowed to say his name, but she lives there with him, and like kind of a cool post-divorce relationship, I guess. He's still taking care of her. She wrote the Budgie thing, and she's got some other books like I guess they're historical fictions or something. I don't know. I don't read her work, but very confused about the whole, like, is she friends with Meghan and Harry, or is she not? Like, I don't know. So let's take a look at it. What do you say? As always, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you stick around. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. If you are a repeat offender, thank you so much for being here. It's my favorite part of the day. Let's go over to the card view. Let's see what's going on here. So start with the curtsy thing. Did she teach her to curtsy or not? Like, did she do that? So, from the look of these cards, I am going to say that was not true. She may have been there. This is like, I think, the closest thing to Diana that they could get. The other scorned Duchess. Because to be sure, like the whole thing with, I think, Meghan not being nice to, I do think that she was not nice to Camilla. I think she was rude to her because it was a show of solidarity, and she was Team Diana. not Team Camilla or Team Queen Consort in Waiting. So I think this was a way for her to connect to the Diana narrative. And it was like, oh, so Fergie helped me out, like in Diana's stead. I don't think she knew enough about that friendship because I believe they had a falling out at one point, Diana and Fergie. It was poor judgment on her part. And it also created this situation of exposure and like risk management exposure. It was like, oh, why did you say that? Like, we can't go back on that. We can't like retell that story. So Fergie was forced to just kind of sit on her hands on this. Like, all right, I won't deny that happened. But it is a lie. I'm calling you out. It is a lie. And I think she called Harry out on this lie. Like, why would she say that? Like, it just didn't happen. And under the surface, this is our shadow self card down here, and we've got that 7 of Swords in reverse. So this is secrets coming out, which is what's happening now. The nonsense is starting to be revealed. And up top, Queen of Cups, she felt bad for, I think, the couple. I think Fergie felt bad for the couple and just wanted to not create one more issue for them. So, and perhaps this happened on a number of occasions with a number of different people. Like, oh, they told this bullish story. I'm not going to disclose it because I have so many other problems with like people hating on her. I just don't want to create any more issues. So yeah, I think Fergie got caught up in this situation. How's Fergie feel about it now? How does she feel about it right now? This whole story. She's parking herself with the royal family because there are some benefits there and some protection there. That's awesome. There's concern that she's going to be an exile again. She does not want that to happen because let's face it, King Charles is Prince Philip's son. And I'm sure that there were some discussions that were had about Fergie when all of the toe business was going on and the divorce and all that. Apparently she like had pot delivered to like one of the gatehouses too. I mean, yeah, you can't make this stuff up. So, good for her. If I was in the royal family, I'd probably be doing that too. So I think she really wants to hitch her card to the royal family. But let's clean these up. We're going to look at two things. Okay. We're going to look at how does she feel about Meghan and how does she feel about Harry? Because those are probably two different things. How does she feel about Meghan? Oh boy. Oh boy. So how she feels about Meghan is that she is an extraordinarily powerful woman, that she had a platform and an ability to create and do some really interesting things. But she blew it. This is the blew it card. You blew it. You were reckless. You were not patient. You reacted too quickly. You put out press releases when you should have just stayed silent. And really, this is a severing of the relationship. She really would like to distance herself from this person. Ace of Swords, Lovers in reverse. Chariot, unfortunately, she cannot do that until she is no longer married to the Duke of Sussex. Under the surface, very tied up in this. I believe there is some emotional tie up to this. No, she's tied up in sorry. She's tied up in this because this is where her bread and butter is. She needs to toe the line. This is like a very, very balanced kind of playing both sides of the palace intrigue situation. She needs to be kind to him because he could wreck her in some fashion, but she also needs to show deference to the crown, Charles, William, etc. She is bearing the cross of her ex-husband and also her past events. So she's really, in her opinion, very, very much on thin ice and just getting warmed up into the family again. She definitely feels that the shadiness of this individual, this is our Seven of Swords in reverse, the shadiness of Meghan is coming out and coming to the fore. Let's see how she feels about Harry. To wrap that up, I don't think she likes her very much, but I think she's trying to play the situation to her benefit. How does she feel about Harry right now? She wants to tell him that if he continues to not pay attention, that the long arm of justice is going to get to him and he is going to be divested from the family. This will be a long and arduous existence. She knows from personal experience, being exiled from the family, being put on the outs. She understands that this can be a terrible place to be. And she wants to tell him that you do not want to be on the outside of the family. You want to stay within the castle keep. And she wants to speak very, very frankly to him and remind him of what his life was like prior to meeting Ms. Markle. She knows that this is work that she could do, but she is not in a position to do it. She is not in a position to want to do it either. And she just, it's, again, you know, she wants to try and rescue him, but her own standing is a bit questionable and she does not want to risk her own position. It's almost too much. One word out of line, one misstep, and she is going to not be a part of the family. Is that why we saw the change of story out of Fergie? Is that why we're seeing this? So as I said before, the story that Meghan and Harry told was that Fergie had instructed Meghan how to curtsy or had asked her how to curtsy or something. And then Fergie said, I really don't know them, or I really don't know her. Why did Fergie change her story? Was it to protect her standing within the royal family? Why did Fergie change her story? Was it to protect her standing within the royal family? It was to protect her daughters. She doesn't want her daughters. She misses being an actual player in the royal family. She hates that she is tied up and that she has to work for every penny that she has. She would much rather be a part of the whole. She is thinking now more in terms of longevity, more in terms of legacy for her children, so that they are not doing that. And she is actively making moves so that they will have a better life. She's trying very hard to work very craftily within the family. I think Camilla maybe an ally. I think Camilla is Camilla an ally? Let's pull one card on that. Camilla is cordial. I'm going to say cordial. Camilla doesn't want to tip those scales. She doesn't want to revisit any of that and get close to. She doesn't want to get close to the husband. That she cannot be chummy with this individual because of what her ex-husband has been accused of and involved with. So, within the court, within the public PR, Camilla can't be seen as chummy with her because it would be a condemnation of her relationship with that individual. So, there we go. Wow. Well, heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. So now, what does Charles think of Fergie? He would like to be done with her. He would like to cut her off, set her free. I think he'd like to set both of them free and be done with the burden of support for those two and for everything else. So I think Fergie is fighting the good fight to keep her children somewhat in the coffers of the royal family. I don't know what kind of money they get, but I think, still being a part of the whole scene and having grace and favor homes and, being a part of the family and not being exiled is better than being exiled. So, so there it is. There it is. So this latest bit, what was Fergie's motivation behind this latest bit? It's almost like she echoed Oprah. What's her motivation? Is she just trying to play the field? She really should stop talking. She's trying to send that message that, you really, it's so much more dangerous out on your own than it is within the family circle, within the castle keep. I'm going to keep saying that, the castle keep, much more difficult to be without than to be within. And I think she's trying to quietly nudge Harry in that direction. So this is pretty exciting stuff. I'm wondering if Fergie's going to be at the coronation. I would imagine she's going to be there. Let's pull one card and just see. She's not going to be a major player. I think she's going to be up in the balcony, probably with the Montecitos. So this is exciting stuff, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. And please like, share, and subscribe if you did. And comment down below. Tell me what you think was Fergie's motivation on all this. It was, just a little bit odd. It seems like she pops up at odd times. But like I said, I do like her. I do like her. Whatever missteps she made, her own missteps are her own. And, sometimes people get into trouble like that. Whatever missteps her former spouse did, I don't think she's really responsible for that, but I know she introduced them, but whatever. Nonetheless, and I know she borrowed money from that guy. So, but nonetheless, none of this is proven, and this is just a tarot reading. So I hope you did enjoy it. Please, again, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want your own magical reading, there's a link down below. Hope to see you.